Hello everybody and welcome to the third installment of the Ztest product walkthrough. Today we're looking at how to compare similar but different datasets. That is, you have a file that is populated by an original perhaps product version of a program or the application, and one that is populated by a new version. And you want to compare if you get the right data in the new one, or if you have the corrections you want. Okay, in this example I have two files called sample old and sample new. And there are some differences and some things that are equal. Both contain three orders. The first one, A1, exists in both, but there are some differences. You can see in quantity ordered here is 125, I got 115 down here. And the same thing, the unit price is also different. A2 exists in both, and it is unique, it's the same, no changes there. A3 exists in the old but not in the new, and A4 exists in the new but not in the old. So that is one, just to demonstrate in a really small way how you can find those type of differences and problems. So let's go straight into the application. This is the main application menu. We saw, if you've seen that video, how to create a test data generator for a file, and now we're going to use option 3, compare file, Zcmpgen compare generator, which creates views for a pair of files. So let's see how that works. I give the name of the old file, and I can give the library if I want. Sample new is the new file, and it's in the same library as the test tab. Okay. Now I will get the 5 steps I need to perform in the application. And you can see all are listed as pending, so there are 5 things I have to do. Actually 4, because one of these steps can be omitted. Where you define which keys, how to join the files together. You can select an access path and sort of retrieve what keys that is using, or you can enter the keys manually, or a combination of these. So let's do it in steps one at a time. First, select output, files, and source. I will definitely need a merge file, so that in one record combines the data from both files. So I give that a name. Let it reside in the data library, and I will place SQL sort someplace. File for records in all that are missing in the new file. That is optional, but of course I can create one. And that is what we'll do today. And I create one, and that is for the records we have in the new file, but they are missing in the old. And the differences is records where we have differences in certain value fields that we define later on. But I want one of those generated as well, and I create that in the same library. Okay. All files. I can see that that task is completed. Now I need to find the keys. Okay, how many different key files do I have? There's only one unique key file, an index sample old L. Let's try that one. So that part is completed. I selected which one. and that in turn populates this data in the select matching key fields panel. Here I got the key fields in that is order number and order line, and it assumes that the same field names in the new file are what should be matching. I can enter 2 to make this field match some other field in the new file if I want, or I can just hit enter and accept that these are the fields that can combine the two files. When I see that the option field is changed to a star asterisk, I can accept, and that means that step is completed too. Since I want a differences file to check for data attributes, not keys, that are different values, I need to go into step 4. And here I got the various fields. Okay, what do I want to verify? I want to generally check that on the same line status is present in both files. Number line, that's not relevant. I don't think that there will be different products, but I want to check that the quantity ordered and delivered are the same. So I say I'll check that these are the same, and if there's a difference, show me the difference as in absolute value as an A. And for just for the sake of it, for the unit price, that is matching from unit price to unit price, I want a percentage difference. See how many percentage of the difference it is when any differences exist. So hit enter, and I see that the type is transferred to this side. I can see that the stuff is there. I can accept. Now I can see that all tasks are completed except the final one, generate, source, and compile. So let's go to that one. There are no options. All selections are complete. Press F10 to generate and compile SQL source, or press F3 to exit without saving. I can do that. F10. It takes a few seconds. There we are. So now I can exit, and now I have these SQL sources created, and I can see for each one that there is a matching object. So let's have a quick look at the merge file. I have all the fields from old and from new, regardless if there are any differences or not. The ones where they have a matching, not matching, that means existing new, old but not in new. That was one, A3, old flag stuff. Matching from new to old, it's existing new but not in old, that's the new flag stuff. And the differences is MDI 615. Where I see all the fields from old and new, the same thing, but only where there are differences. In this case, I see new quantity order was 115 and old quantity order was 125. And I can see that there is a difference field over here. Difference quantity ordered is 10. And check the new unit price, there is a 2.28% difference. And one thing to say about these things, they are implemented as SQL views, so they don't use any space, and they do not require any constant maintenance. So it's a really cheap way system-wise. Okay, thank you.